What's up, everybody? And welcome to another edition of the Brian Watkins channel. I'm your host. Well, it's here. Most working women are one paycheck away from being homeless. Why? Well, for several reasons, but mainly because women have deliberately walked away. Shout outs to the real music. Welcome. Glad to have you. Tune in, present your comments, and I will read them off to my viewers. Women have deliberately walked away from their responsibility of being a woman to a man. So she's one paycheck away from being homeless because she's gotten into wearing tattoos. Tattoos were mainly for men that went and gave their life in the service. That was earned. Or men that were in mafia. Again, that was earned. Or women that were prostitutes. Again, that was earned. But see, women have been pushing it in our face for more than 20 years. They don't need a man, right? She can do it by herself. But yet, when it's time to test her to see if she can really do it by herself, in the way of course, what's the song? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. A fly girl like me needs security. Well, that's the contradiction because if you're so fly, why would you need security from another person if you already have security for yourself because you don't need a man? You see the contradiction in that? So this is why most working women are one paycheck away from being homeless because now it has caught up with them. And most men are like, well, fuck it then. You're so big and bad, you don't need anybody. Take care of yourself. Do it. Mr. No, Mrs. Big Stuff. Y'all remember that song? Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? Okay, well now I added a new twist to the damn song. Mrs. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mrs. Big Stuff? Okay? And then wearing all this fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake breasts, fake butt injections, fake mentality, superficial, walking around here making innocent men think that you're his, and really, it's just his turn. See? Because she flushed all her money down the toilet. Most women don't work for longevity purposes. She figured all she has to do is get a job, pretend to be genuine with a fake heart, okay, to take men's money. But thanks to Agenda 21, automation, MGTOW, even if a man isn't MGTOW, men are just going their own way. Thanks to the internet, men have more options today. Where he don't have to deal with Shanae or LaQuisha or KK or Peaches in the hood that all the men then plowed through and ran trains on. No. See, he has dating apps. Now, don't get me wrong, there's skanky women on there too, but he, pardon me, men have the option to still Google or look on YouTube to learn how to see the good in the woman, to learn how to see the bad in the woman, what signs to look out for the ugly in a woman, and make his decision accordingly. See, So as I said before, and I'll say it again, most working women are one paycheck away from being homeless because she's totally destroyed and maxed out all of her options, like a credit card. She did maxed out. Most men like, nah, honey, you are attractive looking to the eye, but you're a very ugly person in the inside. So have a good day. And now she is in denial because women believe, and again, society is not to blame for this. Women believe that they should never be held accountable for their actions. But if you do those same things to them, they will quickly make it clear that they're going to hold you accountable. Or one said, repercussions will follow. Okay, but when it comes to her, you're supposed to have amnesia, forgive her, to let her do it to you again and again and again. But thanks to the internet, in the form of Agenda 21, automation, robots, artificial intelligence, robotics, female robots, sex bots, dating apps, she is one paycheck away from being homeless because, now a man doesn't have to put up with her bullshit anymore. No matter how fine she looks, that doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't. Thanks to Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all of these things have made it more better for a man to have better options where he doesn't have to deal with her anymore. It doesn't matter what color he is. It doesn't. It's like, that's how you feel, honey? Mm-hmm. So what do you got to say about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay. Are you done? And now, she's shaking her boots that she is one paycheck away from being homeless. And this is talking about the ones that's on Section 8. This is the ones that are on food stamps. This is the ones that's getting bridge cards. This is the ones that out here that's behaving nasty towards men that got let go from GM. This is talking to the ones that was behaving that same way that got let go from Ford. This is the ones that's behaving that way that work at the Postal Service because the new driverless trucks is delivering the mail and no accidents have not been reported. So they about to get let go. They one paycheck away from being homeless. See, women feel that they are the only ones that can get away with being evil, and it just don't work like that. And now, as what Willie D said in one of his songs, he said, and I quote, "You better get ready because dog day is coming. That's when all the shit that you did in the past creeps up on your nasty ass. In other words, you shit out of luck." And that has came in the form of Agenda 21, MGTOW, even men that are not a part of the MGTOW movement, men are just simply going on their way. It's like, look, let me narrow it down. As long as I got some money, I can fuck her. But after I done bust my nut, I'm the fuck out of here after I done took a shower and I'm out. There's no such thing as love. Dealing with women in the West. Oh, no. Now don't get me wrong. She could have prevented this, but she thought she had everything so well. Excuse me. She thought that she had all bases covered. With bullshit, of course. It's just like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. In order to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich successfully, there are a few unmistakable ingredients you must have. You must have a loaf of bread. You must have some jelly. You must have some peanut butter. And you must have a spoon or a knife to use that to put it out, to spread it evenly on a piece of bread and put it combined together for you to enjoy a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But see, the woman has did the most dangerous thing. She deliberately walked away from her responsibility of being a woman to a man that has earned for her to be such. So now this is why she is one paycheck away from being homeless. Whether she's on Section 8, whether she's working an entry level job, or even ones that was working a white collar job. Because most women took to coming out here to get an education and to earn a job, her intentions were filthy. It was just to be an asshole towards a man that has not done anything for it. She turns around and takes his natural resources from him. I'm not going to blame the courts because a woman can lie so well in the eyes of the court to make the court believe that she's the victim and really she's the predator, she's the perpetrator, to take this man's money away. But now everything has caught up with her today because she is one paycheck away from being homeless. And just like Ice Cube said about being true to the game, he said you only got yourself to blame. And she does. But again, thanks to Agenda 21. See, Agenda 21 is almost like when you're potty training a dog not to shit on your carpet or piss on your nice marble floor. Put his nose in it. Maybe give him a couple of swacks with the newspaper. Well, he'll learn not to take a shit on your nice, expensive carpet or not to take a piss on your expensive marble floor. That's Agenda 21 towards most women today. See, she's already written out of the picture. You know how like soap operas is good for killing off a character and writing them out because maybe that character that blew up and got more projects that paid more. They just write them out, kill them off. That's Agenda 21 towards most women, whether she's on Section 8, whether she's on getting a bridge card. Oh, thank you so much, Chris Wright. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much for that donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome and please contribute to the conversation. Topic is most working women are one paycheck away from being homeless. By all means, Mr. Wright, I appreciate your donation. Also, please continue to contribute to your outlook on why women are one paycheck away from being homeless, and I will read it off to the viewers so that they will know what to look out for. Because you know just as well as I know, there are a lot of good men out here that been taken advantage of so much by a woman that they love a lot, where the smoke is just too thick for them to see. Like my late stepfather, Norman Beretti, may he rest in peace. I always call him my stepfather because he was a good man, and my mother just shitted on him. You know, like how you ain't careful when birds will shit on you while they flying. They don't mean to. It's just when they gotta go, they gotta go. And you might shit on your nice new suit or your nice shirt you just got. I'm like, what the fuck? And it turned around, and we all been there. How that first woman got your nose open. And again, see, I have to give it to women of them being evil. They got a certain protocol. Number one, okay, if you don't have no type of income, whether it's a job or you didn't hit the lotto and you got some type of settlement or some type of pension, you ain't getting no attention. Whether it's a phone call, a phone number, a pussy, blowjob, all the above. You ain't getting nothing no matter how horny you are, how much you really like her. If you don't have the funds, you won't be getting none. Okay? And they know it ain't so easy with us as men because we're real simple creatures. We understand that we got to have some money and got to work or have some type of way to show that we want your attention. Okay? All right. We got that. But because of the internet, see, like, this is a major, major permanent game changer that most women are one paycheck away from being homeless because now a man has permanent options because of the internet. It's like, well, okay, well, sure, we went out, we had a nice time because, fellas, we all like to be out with a woman and have a good time, and there's nothing wrong with being with that special woman who you feel very special about. Ain't nothing wrong with being in love with a woman if that's what a man wants. Ain't nothing wrong with a man marrying a woman if that's what a man wants. Ain't nothing wrong with getting engaged to a woman if that's what a man wants, if that's what he wants. Okay, But we have learned, due to men going their own way or the MGTOW movement, that I read their comments. I watch their videos. And they're saying the same thing that men that are not a part of the MGTOW movement is saying. Women don't love you. Uh, they only want your resources. That's it. They say the same thing. She's not yours. It's just your turn. She wants you to make her your number one priority. Fuck what you working on. But yet, she will turn around and try to use shame tactics, stop you from growing, mess up your goals, sabotage you for her own selfish gain. But try that to her and watch how quick she'll snatch a knot in your balls. So it's almost like you're forced to make a logical, peaceful, effective decision to either go your own way or go on in here and get chewed up and spit out and ripped to shreds by this woman, the next woman, etc., etc., etc. And now the time has arrived. Most women, whether she's in the workforce or an entry-level job or one that has a nice paying white-collar job, most of them are one paycheck away from being homeless because they have walked away from being a true woman to a man. Because most men, now he might be out here doing some things that he shouldn't be doing, you know, and we all know what that could be, and only he know what that really is. But most of the time, a man is going to show up and he got to spend some money on that one, or guess what? Like the late Red Fox said in one of his comedian albums. He said his wife told him, look, you better hurry up and send some money or I'm going to have to start selling something else. And we all knew what that meant, that she was going to have to start selling some pussy. Because a woman is only loyal to the options in her life for that moment. And because most women have a monkey branching mentality, no matter how good a man may treat her. Like one, he gave a good scenario. I'm not going to say his name, but I'm going to give you a good scenario. He says she can meet a guy that's making $50,000. She'll move into his place and leave maybe one of her hairbrush in his house. So now that house has just became part of hers, so he can't put her out or he risks losing half his stuff, even if they ain't married. She turn around and see another guy, but she already got his $50,000. It's maybe making $70,000. And then she do the same thing. She don't need the first guy that was making $50,000 because she already got his $50,000. She gonna take the one that's making $70,000. And she turn around and see another one because she always believes she can do better, which is nothing wrong, but it's her way of going about it. Real skanky, real dishonest, real ungrateful. See, it wasn't so much that when the state decided to give a woman an opportunity to get an education, to get a job in the workforce, no, there wasn't nothing wrong with that. It wasn't a bad thing at all. It was what she decided to do with it and how. But she'd be damned if somebody do it to her. Okay, we all know that she done already lost because Agenda 21 is here to stay. And she sees her demise. So this is why most women that are in the workforce is one paycheck away from being homeless. Because most guys know and understand. And most women are full of shit. And the women that are not is only a small few. And a man is still forced to deal with the evil ways of most women of the West. He has to go his own way. It don't matter if he's MGTOW or not. Because fellas, in order to have a peace of mind today, You know and understand that you have to keep your guard up from your wallet, your heart, your mind, your health, your conversation, your short-term living, your long-term goals, your priorities. You know you on your own. Even the late Prince said it in one of his songs, may he rest in peace, of the song Let's Go Crazy. He said, this life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to break you down, go crazy. Punch a higher floor. He didn't say press, he said punch a higher floor. That higher floor is Agenda 21. That higher floor is going your own way. That higher floor is MGTOW. That higher floor is female robots. That higher floor is sex bots. That higher floor is dating apps. That higher floor is robotics. That higher floor is artificial intelligence. That higher floor is moving away from the woman of the West of her demonic, premeditated, non-provoking, evil ways. This is why she is one paycheck away from being homeless. I have to admit, it's sad because most men that are goal driven, and that's most men, you're either understand this now or I'm sure it's crossed your mind that you still have to put aside some money to buy gift cards, okay, to give a woman that maybe fell down, short on bad luck and whatnot, to give her some food so you can get away from her. Now, this is how it is over here where I am in the Midwest, where the situation with GM. Okay, GM has to let go a total of 8,000 white collar workers. Why? So that they can successfully meet their goal to save up $2.5 billion to start the manufacturing of driverless electric cars. Now, most of those firings took place in Michigan. Okay. Ford. Ford first let go 7,000 white collar workers to get their profit margin back on point. Welcome, Smith, J.A.I. Smith, welcome. Glad to have you. Continue to partake in the conversation about working women. Most working women are one paycheck away from being homeless because of their evil ways or mistreating good men that only want their love and affection and did the most important thing, showed it in the way of keeping their word of a promise in the form of money. But she misleads them into believing that she is his and really it's just his turn. And this is why she is one paycheck away from being homeless. Thank you, bro. Keep up the great work, fam. Will do, Smith. I appreciate your comments. And it's sad that it's gotten to this point that us as men, regardless of what nationality we are in the West, have to present this in this way to get women to understand against their will that the party is over with for them. It is. Agenda 21. Men going their own way. The MGTOW movement. Automation. Robotics. Machines have taken over. Robots are already out in society that can think on their own. Female robots, the corporations are already set up and being manufactured, and that one already sold 600 in 1 year, and that their biggest market is in Washington and Texas. And you would think that women, because women always boast that women are more mature than boys. But yet, why are they the ones that is doing the most evil and not the boys? If the boys lack maturity and not doing the things that they knowingly do to us. You see the contradiction? And this is why she is one paycheck away from being homeless, because it has caught up with her and it bit her all up in the ass like the video game. Take heed to what he has said. This is priceless knowledge. Thank you, J.A.I. Smith. I truly appreciate that. And it's sad that it has to come down like this, because unfortunately, she's going to lose. It's sad that any man that wants to continue to enjoy his life has to put aside money to buy gift cards. Because when you coming out of McDonald's or Burger King or any restaurant, because she won't return to her original post of being a good woman to a man that has did what he's supposed to do to get her attention, affection, her time, her pussy. I'm being honest. Okay. And thank you, J.A.I. Smith. Facts. It's crazy that now, in order for you to continue to get wealthier and wealthier, that you have to buy gift cards. Now, I learned that Walmart was selling reloadable gift cards. That way you could give her something that's on it, get away from her, and if she run out of something, no matter where you be because of the internet, because of technology, that you can put money on her account and not be physically in front of her. These are things that you're forced to buy. Because if you coming out of McDonald's and you might be shopping for your employees, and you may have, I don't know, 10 Big Macs, and you coming out and she out and she ain't ate nothing, and maybe things got too bad for her. Maybe her feminine moment then kicked in and she don't got no money to buy some sanitary napkins. You might have to give her a gift card that's sold at Target, Rite Aid, Walgreens, Walmart, so she can go buy some pads. Because it's going to get that bad. Because this is all coming back to most women in the workforce is one paycheck away from being homeless due to her evil behavior towards innocent men. It doesn't matter how nice you are to her. Most of them do not have your interest at heart. She only wants what you have. Mr. Watkins, what is your view on the Cash App type of female? Oh, skanky. Skanky. Because again, women still refuse to bring what God, not to get on the religious subject or religious preaching, I'm not that kind of a person, but we all know that God created woman to be what to us? Comfort. So true. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yeah. J.A.I. Smith. Yeah. But again, in the scripture, when Adam and Eve, who disobeyed what God said? First, she did. Why? Because she was monkey branching then about Cash App. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And she always gonna lose. I've even had ones I dated told me that. I know what I'm doing is wrong and it blow up in my face. Well, why do you continue to do it? You know what her answer is? Because I can. See, she thinks that because she has that thing between her legs, that she can do what she want to do. Okay, in the industrial age, I can really, really understand why she thought that way. But we ain't living in the industrial age anymore. This is the new information age of technology, artificial intelligence, robotics, in the form of Agenda 21. Now, women are the first thing to tell us, you better man up. And really that means shut up and suck it up and let me fuck you in the ass. And you better not cry. Remember that song? You better not shout. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Well, Agenda 21 is in every town and city and state from the United Nations to put her ass out of commission. And you would think that she would fall in line and return back to her womanly responsibilities. Shake my head, it's sad. What can we do collectively as men to change that? Because I feel lost in today's society. Great question. All you can do is continue to educate yourself on Agenda 21, the benefits in the form of Bitcoin, learning more about digital money, And if you happen to come across, women or females that maybe ask, what can she do to better herself? Pass that knowledge on to her because she the one that's gonna die from this. We still have the biggest opportunity because we have options now. I hope that I answered your question effectively. She the one that's gonna lose. All she gotta do is be a woman and submit to you. That's right, I said it. Submit to you. Oh no, 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 no. She's not gonna do that. Right on. Thank you, Mr. Watkins. You welcome, J.A.I. Smith. I don't want to mispronounce your name. That's why I always spell it each time. It's sad because she know what we are saying is right, but her intentions was evil from day one, all the way today, from all the way back to Adam and Eve, because Adam didn't have nothing to do with it. Adam listened to what God said, but she envied Adam's success. That when God saw that she disobeyed knowingly and bit the apple, no, I don't want Adam to get rewarded by God for being obedient to him. Here, Adam, take a bite too, because I'm going to crush your world too. And she's the same as she is today when it comes to her being one paycheck away from being homeless. A man can be a good man. Like I said, my late stepfather, Norman Beretti, may he rest in peace. Good man, worked and retired from Chrysler. He loved my mother. My mother didn't give a fuck about him. She only wanted his resources to get my father, may he rest in peace as well, jealous, because my stepfather was a good looking man. My father was too. Now, my father did get jealous when he saw him, but not jealous enough for him to leave my former mother's best friend to come back to my mother. No. It's the same thing. Now she has to pay today because of Agenda 21, because of men going their own ways, because of MGTOW, because of robotic automation. Robots are taking over. Ford has already let go white-collar workers. GM has already let go white-collar workers. Most white-collar workers are women because women are go-getters. Women are very bottom-line oriented type creatures. What's the song? Got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. She said you got to look handsome. You got to have on the latest stuff. Fuck all that. You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. Fly girl like me needs security. I like that song, Dana Dane. She said, you're so fly, but you get no raps with them polyester suits up one day down the avenue. I can go on and on and on about songs where women sing about money. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with having money or wanting money. I got that. It's the fact that women turn around and be a hypocrite to a man and not deliberately not bring nothing to the table but her pussy that bleeds once a month every month. No, 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 honey. And then you question her on it. Oh, you an evil man. You're heartless. God don't like ugly. You're going to hell. I'm like, okay, well, where in the fuck are you going? To heaven? But again, this is why most work women are one paycheck away from being homeless because of the fact of their evil, one-sided, feminist, new millennium, unreality, tattoo-getting, masculine ways. You can't win that way. So now, my male viewers, men viewers, no matter what nationality you are, if you haven't did it, Google female robots in America 2019. It's going to blow your mind what you're going to come up and see. Sex bots, same thing. I'm going to bring this to a close. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Oh man, you mean to tell me that the way women are today are the way have always been? Damn, yeah, yes, yes. See, I got a lot of sisters, and I saw my mother in action. And the stuff my mother would tell my sisters on how to strip a man of his resources. And I come around and ask her the same question. She tell me to go stand in the corner. But this what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this to a close, and I will be back to continue this topic. Thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Wright, for that donation. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't you go anywhere, and I will be back. Peace.